What's going on? I'm back for another amazing episode of the Innovator Hour. And I got my nigga Profhit in here, man. What's going on, bro?
What's happening with him, man? Bay Area in the building.
Exactly, the Bay up in here. So, first off, can you let the listeners know where you're from and where they can find you on social media?
Okay, I represent San Francisco, California, man. Feel me on Page Street, man.
Okay.
Social media, you can find me at musicin_me_CEO. For my record company page, and my personal page is at THEE.EMCEE. That's for Instagram. Shit, Facebook, same thing. I mean, that's all that matters right there.
Off tops, bro. So, can you let the people know when did you start making music?
I've been making music since I was about 6, you know what I'm saying? Me and my cousins used to rap on karaoke machines.
6?
Yeah, man. And
That's lit.
I distinctively remember it because, I mean, we got our hands on that Puffy and Mace, you know what I'm saying?
Which one? The album or what?
Nah, not the album, the song.
Oh yeah, we probably more money, more problems. Yeah, that shit go crazy.
So we got the instrumental to that, and we just used to rap off of that, and then we would just, you know, rap over songs when it came on the radio. So I started doing that when I was 6, and then one of my older cousins that did music, they was in the studio, and by the time I was like 8 or 9, I used to go in the studio with them and rap. So I mean. It's been a minute, man. It's been a long journey.
That's hella funny because the first song I ever recorded was on my dad's stereo. I just plugged in. He had like this whack ass mic, and I plugged it in a cassette, and I was recording onto the cassette. So that's hella funny. And it's dope that you started rapping since 6, bro. I mean, it just shows like you've been fucking with it for a minute. And of course, like with anything, when you put the time and the passion into it, the more you do it and the longer you do it, the better you get.
Absolutely, man.
Feel me? So. What are some things that influenced you to make music?
I mean, man, truthfully, like, you know, I started playing drums when I was 4, you know what I'm saying? So, like, when I was a baby, I was banging on shit, and, you know, my mom just got tired of it and was just like, let me get you something to get this out of you, because I'm tired of you messing up my dishes and my pots.
Yeah.
So she got me a drum set, and I just mean, you know what I mean, I was in a church like most black people, love the music, you know what I'm saying, the instrumentation of, you know, gospel music, and my sisters playing music, family playing music. Whenever somebody played music, I was interested. I was, you know what I'm saying, gravitating towards that. So it's always been something that was a part of me, something that, you know, I couldn't get away from. So
that's dope. That's actually a similar story for me. My mom has sung in the choir her whole life, and I grew up like going to church pretty much every Sunday. So she was singing in the choir, so that was like my first introduction to music. And then my dad plays the guitar, plays the piano.
Oh yeah, a real musician right there.
Yeah, I mean both parents involved in music, and it's dope. I fuck with music heavy, and then my mom is in radio too. So
okay,
so then now I'm in radio, so it's really like everything's coming full circle like a motherfucker.
Right, blazing the path, man. Following you know, a great person in your life that shows you how to do it, and you taking your own.
Off tops. What artists did you grow up listening to?
Man, I listened to as much as I could because, you know, my mom, both of my parents came from Louisiana, the deep south.
Yeah.
So they were very, what's the word? Censored and liberal, I guess. You know what I mean? So they didn't like rap. They didn't like none of the stuff that was on the radio. So they tried to shelter us, but I mean, it was only so much that they could shelter us from, especially, you know, being in the environment that we was in and around our other family who weren't like that at all. So some of the artists that I, you know, really love was, like, my sister used to play R. Kelly, Jodeci, you know what I'm saying, hearing on the radio, Mace, Puff, the little bit of New York stuff they used to play.
Yeah.
Man, and you know what I'm saying, all the Bay Area artists growing up, rapping Forte, San Quinn, E40, Too Short, all the greats that was on the radio, you know what I'm saying, as we were growing up.
Yeah, of course.
So I mean, yeah, those are a lot of the biggest influence from my early childhood.
That's lit. Yeah, I think I grew up on like a lot of Wheezy, Boozy, and then of course 40 Short, Keith,
Yeah.
Fab, like
Yeah.
just it's a good mix. I also really fuck with Gucci.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I like
That-
like back in the day, bro. Really would have a full like MP3 CD full of all Gucci
Man, that's crazy.
man.
I remember, like, you feel me, once you know, when Napster came out and
Yeah.
Kazaa and all that, man, I was downloading everybody beats, and I got a hold to a lot of Mobb Deep, man. So I was rapping over all their music, man, a lot of other underground artists, but because of my family, you know what I'm saying, I was listening to Boosie early because a lot of them was from Baton Rouge, Prairieville. So I was on Boosie like early because I used to spend summers out there.
Yeah,
So
in
you feel
Louisiana.
me? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I was up on everything before everybody. Like I got some of Boosie's earliest songs, probably on my old computer, but yeah, like before he got hot, I was fucking with him heavy.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, a little bit of Wayne too, but definitely like a lot of the Southern music. I really rock with heavy because, you know what I'm saying, being there, spending time there.
Of course. So, I want to ask you, what is your process like for selecting beats and working on your lyrics for songs?
Man, I write a lot of lyrics. Like, I'll find a time where I'm trying to sleep and I'm hearing words and I just can't go to sleep until I get up and write them down.
Yeah.
So a lot of my lyrics come from that. In terms of selecting beats, man, if I hear it and I feel it, that's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna write to it. Sometimes, like, you know what I'm saying, right now I have my production partner, D Music, man. He's from North Carolina.
Yeah.
He executively produced my EP, the EmCee, which is coming out on the 27th.
Yeah.
And I mean, man, like when I vibe with a producer, if they tell me that they hear my voice on something, that's it. You know what I'm saying? It don't take me. It don't care. I don't care how long it take me. Like one of my tracks on the album is called "Ball Out."
Yeah.
That took me 6.5 months to write.
Yeah.
3 verses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, my process is just, you know, it's a timeline of patience because it comes when it comes.
Yeah, I think that's important in music because sometimes you don't have to write a whole song all in that one day.
Yeah,
I think that's like a big misconception in rap that like you gotta go in, it gotta be done right then and there, and it has to be a hit right that day. Like,
exactly.
Nah, sometimes that shit take a few months to get done.
I mean, that's what happens with the classics. I mean, sometimes you can get that hit out, like Pac with Hail Mary. They say he did it in 15
Even when
minutes.
Short made Blow the Whistle, he said he didn't really think it wasn't a serious song. He was just fucking around.
Exactly. So I mean, it all depends, man. It just depends on the person. Sometimes I can get a verse or a song out fast. Sometimes it really takes me fumbling around with the beat and trying to find the right sound that can inspire me to write the chorus or to write my verse and how I approach the verse. So.
Nah, definitely. Let's talk about your project. You just mentioned it, but can you say the name again so people can hear?
It's called The EmCee, TheEmCee. So, as most of the old school hip hop rappers usually call themselves the EmCee, like Rakim, the God EmCee. You know, with that title, I just decided, you know, I want it to be different, but it don't have to be too different. So I just made it The EmCee. You feel me? Just to give it a little originality. And yeah, man, it's a 7-track LP, not an LP, EP. 22 minutes. Some of the songs, man, it took a long time to get those into a project and get this out. So I mean, I'm blessed to be here and to be coming up upon the time for it to be released to the world.
Definitely. How many songs are on the project?
7 tracks. 3 tracks are like interludes, but I didn't call them interludes.
Yeah.
And the rest of the 4 tracks are full songs. And 2 of the singles, which is Statistic, which I put out in 2016.
Yeah.
And Ball Out, which I put out this year of August. those tracks on my EP are full tracks, so the single is much shorter than the album version. So you get the album versions of those songs on the EP.
Yeah, that's dope. And it's gonna be everywhere: Apple Music, Spotify.
Everywhere except for physical. I'm just putting that out on digital streaming this time.
I mean, really, like, are people really buying albums? Like, some people
are
do.
For surely buying albums.
Yeah.
Vinyl is on the rise.
Yeah, vinyl for
Vinyl's
sure.
been on the
Vinyl
rise
for
the
sure.
last few
But
years.
like, even like now with Apple Music and shit, like, I don't go to Best Buy to buy a CD.
Right.
I just download it right on my phone.
True indeed. Yeah, man. I feel like with certain people and certain artists, you're going to just you want to download it, you want to go to streaming, but for certain artists that have a sound that you trust and respect, you want that physical thing.
Yeah.
Or I mean, like for me personally, I still buy CDs, and I went to school for sound engineering, so like I need to hear it. I need that CD quality. So like Nipsey Hussle album, I went and bought that CD because I needed to hear that. And the way that CD sound is completely different from what it sound on streaming. You know what I'm saying?
You saying the CD sound better for sure.
Way better.
I think, of course, with the streaming, the thing about the streaming is that it's just easy access to your phone. Like, if something drops, you can play it right then and there.
Exactly.
But the album is like a masterpiece, all put on that one CD. So
Right,
I get what you're saying, like that. It'll be interesting to see how like music evolves. Where like, do they still sell CDs, or will they still be like, oh, they'll only sell vinyls, or
Right.
is it more unique, or will they just only do streaming?
Man, it's interesting. I was just talking to some people the other day about the band Rhythm Session EmCee that I was working with on the tracks. Man,
Yeah.
we was talking about that, and I'm just like, man, I'm trying to figure out what's the next medium in listening to music, man, because that's just gonna make some money, and that's what I need. You know what I'm saying? That's what I need to be on. But
Off top.
ain't no telling.
So, are there any features on the project?
There are on the third track, Statistic. It features my production partner, D Music Man, and it features one of my boys from Miami, Aaron Marcus Payne, and it features an artist that I affiliate with, Romano Ivory, who's singing on the chorus and the bridge. And that is the only feature on the entire project. Everything else is just me straight through.
That's lit. I mean, I think it'll be good. People can really hear you for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Tell them when they release again.
October 27, 2018. So that's this Saturday.
For sure. And what's your favorite song on the project?
That's rough, man. Man, I had another person who reviewed the album asked me that, man, and it was hard, but I'm gonna go with Primal, which is the last track, and I said that's my favorite only because it's the end of the project, and for people who truly enjoy a project and going from beginning to end and not skipping and fast forwarding, I think it gives them everything. It finishes it off right. And with that song, man, it's just like I'm giving bars, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm really dropping shit, and it's my attack on rappers in the industry. Like, I'm a lyricist, I'm an MC to the fullest, and if anybody ever play with my name, this is what you gonna get. So that's why that's my favorite track.
Off tops, bro, and everybody gotta respect that shit for sure.
For sure.
Tell me about a challenging obstacle you faced in your career, and how did you overcome it?
Oh, man. I lived on the East Coast for 10 years. I spent 5.5 years in North Carolina and 4.5 in New York City. And I virtually had no family. And you feel me? When I left, man, I left with a couple hundred in my pocket, man. And I never looked back. You feel me? And it was a lot of hard times. I spent a lot of days not having a place to sleep or eat or take a shower, and I mean it was necessary. I felt this is where I needed to be, and that's in those places is where I met the people who have helped me finish this project and work with a lot of different artists and open up my networking nationwide.
Which is, and a lot of people don't know, like, being in this industry is definitely about getting your face out there, networking, and rubbing elbows and talking to motherfuckers, and letting people know what you do. Like, you never know what going to one event will do, or showing up to whatever.
Exactly.
Just because you know people gonna be there that can help you in your career. I want to ask you, what's something that most people don't know about you?
Man.
It's funny. Everybody gets stuck on this question because they be like, "What is some people don't know about me?"
It's not even that, man. I'm trying to figure out what I can say. I don't put myself in a hole, man. Because I mean, man, I'm a very isolated person.
Yeah.
But
It don't gotta be nothing too crazy though.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. I talk to myself a lot. I'd say that. I feel like people don't, you know what I'm saying, want to be open about talking to themselves, but I talk to myself a lot, man. I give myself pep talks. I have conversations with myself.
Yeah. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. I do the same shit.
Yeah, you feel me? So,
yeah, bro.
That's what a lot of people don't know about me.
That's what's up. For my final question, I want to ask you, what advice could you give to like a younger artist that's trying to get into making music and wants to get in the game?
The best advice I can give is, if you really want to get in the game and you truly believe that this is for you, this is what you want to do with your life, just don't quit. Because, man, it's a lot of people who couldn't see in front of themselves, and they had something. They were greatness, and they couldn't persevere. They couldn't stay in. They couldn't keep going.
Yeah.
And man, that's been me. You know what I'm saying? I turned 30 in August.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, man, I just couldn't quit. This is what I'm gonna do, and if I don't make it, at least I'm putting something out.
Off tops, bro. And just want to say once again, it's a pleasure and a blessing to have you come fuck with me on the show,
Likewise, brother.
For real.
Bay love right there, man.
Bay love all day. Innovator Hour. My guy, Profhit. Let them know what your Instagram is one more time before you get out of here.
Music in me, MUSICN_ME_CEO. That's my Instagram, and my personal Instagram for my artist page is THEE.EmCee.
For sure. And you sent me a few records. Go ahead and shout them out. We finna get into them right now.
Okay, I sent you my current single off the project, which is Ball Out. And I also sent you one of the singles from one of my artists / production partner, D Music Man. It's called Sub-Zero, featuring myself. And his project is coming soon, so hopefully we'll be back with him in the near future.
Definitely. So we finna get into it. We got Ball Out coming up. We got Sub-Zero coming up. We finna get into it. Profhit, let's go. Thank you for fucking with me. Yeah.
So
Sure.
Shit, I felt like it was 2 minutes.
Yeah, that shit was solid, bro. I feel like when you're in good conversation, be like, all right, cool. You don't even realize, bro.
You feel me? The questions was just, you feel me, streamlined, continuous, man. Kept everything loose, smooth.
Hell yeah, bro. That's how I gotta do it, man.
Absolutely.